doing the jokes about the short dude in the car and all that stuff. We knew he was funny then. And I had got the host job for Comic View. And Cat Williams performed, I think it was me, Cat, and Michael Collier. And I think Mike Washington was on that show. We have the Comedy Connection. I think it was in Greenbelt, Maryland. If I'm not mistaken, I stand corrected. I watched Cat Williams do a set. I called Stephen Hill. I said, get here as fast as you can. I have watched something great.
Wow.
They said, what is it? Cat Williams is destroying a room and I cannot follow him. Now, I got courage. I did what I needed to do that night, but what I saw was something special. I said, and so Stephen gets there and he's looking at it, he's dying laughing. I said, I need that guy on my season of Comic View. And he was like, well, why would you do that? I said, because he's going to be big and he's special and this is his shot. And everything propelled. He was already doing great stuff, but everything propelled. I just want us to, if we disagree in private.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And you can tell your version of the story. I'm telling my versions of the stories. But you notice that I'm editing myself because I'm not going to do it at the expense of someone's self-esteem. I'm not saying Cat did that. I'm just saying I knew Cat Williams was going to be special because I saw it in him and I was willing to step back. You got to know when you can't follow something. You got to know it. That's why I host now.
I got the hookup, and I got the hookup too. Master P, you mentioned John Witherspoon.
I love Master P. I love Master P. Great businessman. Very, very smart. Always gave me an opportunity. You know who else gave me an opportunity?
Who did?
Uncle Luke.
Really?
Yes, when I was first doing really, really raw material, not like my stuff ain't raw now,
Right.
But this is where I was polishing.
Really uncut.
Yeah. And he said, Sheryl, I want you to, record some material for us and put it out there. And you notice something odd in all the stuff that's going on with the sexuality, and gaffling people and everything. Whose name is not in it? Uncle Luke.
He started it.
But he didn't do it. He didn't cross that line. He didn't cross that line. It may have been a party atmosphere,
yes,
but he didn't do things. Power corrupts. And we have got to start protecting each other and don't do that shit. When you football player, did they still give you a handler, a person that kept you out of trouble when you first got in the league?
No. I mean, we used to have these videos where they say, well, obviously you can't gamble and be careful who you associate with.
Absolutely.
But I was very, very fortunate that I had an older brother that was in the league that could guide me.
Sterling.
Yes. That could guide me and let me know, okay, bro, this is how you need to do it. This is what you need to do.
Yes.
Everybody doesn't handle that. But at the end of the day, Sheryl, grown men is going to do what grown men do. Because it's kind of like you have a financial advisor. And he might say, Sheryl, you don't need to do this. What is Cheryl's money? And Sheryl takes the money and do, all he can do is advise.
Advice and counsel. But why do you have him if you don't take advice or counsel? I'm going to shout out my business manager, Larry Turner. I'd like to thank you. I thought he was black because he had his whole name on his card. It was Lawrence J. Turner. I said, these brothers is doing the thing. They attorneys, they financial planners. I walk in, a little Jewish dude. Yeah. I was like, well, what's up? Grow my If you can show me that you know what you're talking about, I have a saying, don't wake up in the middle of surgery talking to the surgeon. Let people do what they're going to do. If you're going to take advice and counsel, take advice and counsel.
Exactly.
But sometimes you get so much money and power that you start to do things and people are afraid to tell you, don't do that shit. And don't record the shit. What is with the recording of the documentation of and I'm going to tell you this. I grew up in Chicago. I was running these streets. We knew R. Kelly. And it's a lot of stuff that we know about people, but how do we save someone from themselves? And how do we teach with great fame comes great responsibility.
Yeah.
Right? And money and power. And if you treat it right, God will give you more. You don't have to do this wild stuff that you're doing, and you don't have to take it out on people. People say, well, money changes people. No, money makes you
more
worse.
what you already are.
There it is, right there.
You are who you are.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I bucked up on a lot of dudes, and they be like, nah, sir, you a good girl. I'm like, I'm glad you think that. Right? I'm going to circle this bar one more time. And if you still here when I come back, it's on and popping, right? Let me buy you this drink. Let's go, right? But like you said, you have choice. But there's got to be somebody there, especially these young boys. It could destroy their life.
Yes.
That's why I have a sports initiative. Young boys, young as 3 years old, learning different sports, but also getting an education. But we need you men to come back into these boys' lives so they will understand you have somebody to talk to. You have big brothers out there, and don't put everything on social media. All you
Yeah, for
street
sure.
soldiers out there holding all the money up, the IRS is watching and they waiting on you. And if you had a PPP loan and now you in jail, but ain't nobody else in jail, come on, man, we can do this better.
Right.
What else you want to ask me?
Movies. Is there a movie that you a role that you auditioned for that you didn't get, that you like, damn? Or is there something that you turned down that you wish you hadn't?
No, because I rarely audition because I don't consider myself an actor.
Okay.
I consider myself a personality who can be taught the mechanism of acting, how to hit your mark, stay in your light, memorize your lines, work on it. And I like doing certain things. I would love to do a sitcom, and I have a couple that I'm developing. I like doing movies. What I feel is, I think Kim Whitley is one of the greatest actresses. Yvette Nicole Brown, greatest actress. Tisha Campbell, all these great actors. Regina King is not just a great actor, she's a great director and a producer. Issa Rae, I have ideas that I want to work with everybody, and all I want is a cameo. That's all I want. I want to produce. I want to be able to stand up at these award shows and give it up for the show that the winner is. And I walk my black up and go, she did it. She did it. She produced and she did it.
You turned down Players Club, didn't you?
Okay, let me tell you what happened. Because I was in sexual interpretive dance, they knew I had the skill. And so they called me and they said, we want you to consider this part. So I said, let me see the entire script, not just the sides. The sides are the pieces that you're going to be in.
Right.
I said, I need to see the whole script. Now, I'm still not understanding. You ain't supposed to be making demands when they try to give you a job. That's why you ain't in no relationship, right? You over here making demands.
Right.
So I say to them, I need to read the whole script. So I read the whole script, and in the script, it's the words of the character they want me to play. They say, you're going to do Junior's party or something like that.
Yeah.
Where Monica Calhoun, the girl that was in Best Man and the Best Man Holiday, she ends up passing away. She's Morris Chestnut's wife.
Right.
She plays it. Okay, this is where she gets raped and beat up. But it's my words to say, or the character they want me to play, so you're going to do Junior's party. So I called them and I said, I cannot do it. And they were like, why not? And I told them why. I said, I've been raped. I said, I cannot do it. And they were like, well, it's just a part. I said, no, I'm not that good of an actor to step out of my own trauma. I said, because I've been told this girl, hey, read the rest of the script. About 4 pages. You about to get gaffled, right? You about to get see this page right here?
Right.
I would have been like, the line wouldn't have been, you gonna do Junior Party. The line would been, bitch, don't do Junior Party. So I'm not that good of an actor not to do that. And my heart is always on
Your
my
heart's
sleeve.
always in the right spot.
Absolutely. Like when I dialed into the call with the Queens of Comedy, when I got the call to ask me to come and dial into this for a possible situation, I was so excited to work with them because I felt like this would be an achievement to show us all together.
So it was gonna be you, some more, Adele Givens, and who's
I think Laura Hayes.
Laura Hayes.
Right, because I think Monique had already gone on to the things that she was going to do individually.
Okay.
And so I get the dial-in information, and we do a lot of conference calls in organizations and nonprofits and things like that. So I know to dial in, but I think they're going to put me in queue. I don't think they're going to put me directly
in.
Yeah, directly in the call. So I go directly in the call and I hear words spoken about me. But I think God needed me to hear it. Need me to hear what my colleagues felt about me. So
Did you know prior to that they felt this way about you?
No, or maybe I was too delusional. Maybe I was still on the, hey, let's get together and do a show. Let's rent a barn and we can do a show and raise some money and get a cow for the cookout or something. I'm still thinking, oh, this is great. And I did not know some of the things that I had heard and still hear about me. I think are misplaced. And so then I took the time in my life to show people a better version of me. I'm still strong-willed. I'm still who the you talking to. Now I still walk into bookings and say, did everybody get paid? Well, sure, we paid you. I don't give a did everybody get paid? Until you pay everybody, you will not be having a show, right? I'm still a leader,
Right.
right? But in that case, I think God needed me to hear it. And that's what I really wanted to say on CBS, that these women had achieved something, but they blessed me with something to learn more about me, to help me get to CBS and learn how to be a better me while I work with a team. And if I hurt them, I want to ask them to forgive me, even now, because wouldn't it be great to see me, Adele, Samore, Monique, Laura Hayes, all of us do a movie together? And I have that script, and I put my team together to write the script because I'm not trying to pay it backwards or forwards or anything. I'm trying to show if we come together. Why is it other races of people can hate each other, but they'll come
To
together
make
and do a
money.
movie? There it is. Let's show solidarity, and then we all get paid.
You negotiated comic. They was getting $1,000 instead of $150. Why did you feel? Why did you feel you need at that moment? This was what Sheryl Underwood needed to do.
We had heard that there was discussion, I think it was Comedy Central, with the white comics, and in these meetings there were black comics going, well, what about Comic View? And being in a Greek letter organization, we know parliamentary procedure, we know meeting structure. And so when we went to the meeting, they said, well, you black people handle that, right? So we go, okay, we're gonna handle that. And in the discussions, we put together our committees. We reviewed laws, you know. See, that's why a college education. And if you went to a HBCU, you really got a good education. You got life and education
Correct.
and culture. So those